Making pots, part 1. Good morning, children. I am sure all of you are keeping fine and are happy at home. Look at this picture. Here you can see two hands holding a perfectly shaped clay pot. The pot looks so good. It has got a lovely shape. But the hands are full of soil. It is muddy and dirty. We have learned, dear children, that there are many materials that are used in making vessels. We learned that vessels are made up of metals like iron, copper, brass, aluminium, steel, etc. Sometimes other materials are also used for making vessels. Plastic, clay are some of these materials. Now this is the picture of a clay pot. Have a look at this picture. Diwali is near and we celebrate Diwali all over the country. Diwali is a festival of lights. And you can see here, these are not electric lights. They are lit in what we call diya. Diyas are used during Diwali to decorate the homes with lights. Here is another picture of these diyas. You may have seen such diyas kept for sale in towns during this season. And this picture is again of diyas. They are decorated more elaborately and they look very beautiful. Have you ever wondered who make all these? Here are also pictures of pots. So now what do you notice in common in all these? They are all made up of clay. We have seen many vendors sitting and selling clay vessels, pots, diyas, etc. on the roadside. But most people wouldn't like to buy from these vendors. We go to big shopping malls where better and attractive things are available. Let's have a look at how clay is used to make pots. In this lesson, you will hear an interesting story of two friends. Once there was a sparrow called Fudgudi and a crow called Banate. They were fast friends. One day, Banate said, "Oh Fudgudi, if you lay eggs first, then I will eat them. And if I lay eggs first, then you can eat them." So Banate, the crow, had a special idea. She tells her friend, Fudgudi the sparrow, that if you lay eggs first, then I will eat them. And if I lay eggs first, then you can eat them. What an arrangement, isn't it? Anyway, Fudgudi agreed. A few days later, Fudgudi laid an egg. Banate said, "Give me your egg. I will eat it." "Do give it. Give it. Give it." Now Fudgudi the sparrow was scared. It is true she had told that she will give her eggs to Banate the crow, but now she did not want her egg to be destroyed. She knew that if she would sit over the egg for a few days, the egg will hatch and a baby sparrow will come out. She didn't want to give away her egg to Banate. So she thought for a while. Then she said, "Yes, Banate, you can have my egg. But I want you to first go and wash your beak in the river. So clean your beak in the river and come. Banate went to the river bank and said to it, "Oh river." "Yes, brother," said the river. Then Banate the crow said, "Oh river, please give me some water. With cold water I'll wash my beak. Eating the egg is what I seek." The river said, "But how will you fill water? How can you take water from the river? If you come down too close to the river, you will get drowned. So you need to come with a pot to get some water." Banate went to the potter and said, "Oh potter, please give me a pot." Now Banate the crow knew it's a potter who can help. So she goes to the potter. She asked for a pot. She said her poem once again. "In the pot, I'll get water from the river. With cold water, I will wash my beak. Eating the egg is what I seek." So the poem is getting longer as she goes to the potter. You can see a potter sitting here. He is busy making a pot. The potter said, "But how do I make a pot? I do not have the clay. The clay that I had is over. I am making the last pot. So go and get some clay from the clay pit." So Banate now has no other way. She has to go to the clay pit to get some clay. So Banate went to the clay pit and said to it, here you can see a clay pit. A clay pit is an area from where clay is taken to make pots. So Banate went to the clay pit and asked the clay pit to give her some clay. Then she recited her poem. "The potter will make a pot for me. In the pot, I will get water from the river. With cold water, I will wash my beak. Eating the egg is what I seek." The clay pit said, "But how do I dig the soil? Get me a trowel from the blacksmith." So the clay pit says, the clay is not loose here. It's very hard. You have to dig the soil out. So you need an instrument which is known as a trowel. And you would get it from a blacksmith. So go to a blacksmith. Now who is a blacksmith? A blacksmith is a person who works with iron. He makes knives, spade, and other iron instruments. So Banate goes to the blacksmith and he asks him, "Oh blacksmith." The blacksmith said, "Yes, brother Banate, what do you want?" Banate said, "Please give me a trowel. The clay pit will dig out clay for me with the trowel. I will get a pot made and get water in it. With cold water, I will wash my beak. Eating the egg is what I seek." The blacksmith said, "Sure, you can take the trowel, but remember to return it." So you can see a trowel here. A trowel is a small handled tool with a flat pointed blade. Banate took the trowel and went to the clay pit. It dug the soil and got some clay. So now the clay pit had dug the clay and gave some clay to Banate. Now here is Banate flying with clay placed in the trowel. The potter made a pot for him using this clay. Banate took the pot and went to fetch water from the river. Here is Banate going to fetch water from the river. Banate filled water in the pot and washed its beak. So now Banate is almost going to eat the sparrow's egg. He ran to eat Foodgoody's egg. By the time Foodgoody's egg hatched, a little sparrow came out of it and flew away. It flew far away from Banate. So this story tells us that we should not be greedy. Banate should not have thought of eating his friend's egg. It was because he was very greedy that he wanted to eat Foodgoody's egg. So I hope you have enjoyed the story, dear children. And along with that, we have also learned how pots are made. Here are two pictures. Can you identify this picture? This is a potter. A potter is a person who makes pots. P-O-T-T-E-R, potter. A potter makes pots. And here is the machine that is used by a potter to make pots. It is known as a potter's wheel. Potter's wheel. P-O-T-T-E-R-S, potter's wheel. W-H-E-E-L, wheel. So this wheel keeps rotating with great speed. The clay is thrown onto it, and while rotating it with the hands, the potter gives shape to the clay and pots are made. The art of making pots is known as pottery. One who makes pots is called a potter. A potter's wheel is a machine used in shaping the clay. So dear children, there are many people who make a living by making pots, lamps, and other items made up of clay. It is our duty to support them so that they can earn a living. Thank you.